think they've done more than enough. People were being hosed, people were being beaten, chased by dogs. I think that that generation has done its work. It's my generation that needs to step up.
Martin Luther King, he's the reason why I'm here today. Barack Obama being the first black president of the United States, that saying I can do it as an African American.
I think that in past generations, they were the voices that created this for change. You know, when you see Dr. Martin Luther King, when you see Malcolm X, when you see those type of people that came before us that made a difference.
These were people just like you or me that had a vision and a passion, and they worked and they put everything they had into making that come true. And it created an entirely new path for future generations.
When you look at the generations, there was a way that they did it according to their time. In civil rights and in the Jim Crow era, they had to do it what they had, the way they had it at their time. We cannot do those same things the same way. We shouldn't, because we have technology.
I feel like as far as the plans that they had and the tactics they used, I think it worked at the time.
If I look back at like what they did in the past, is they always made sure that they had a voice, even if they are the minority. It was much harder to stand up as an African American in this country 50 years ago, 100 years ago, even further, but that didn't stop them. There are still heroes that could be found. We just don't know who they are yet, or maybe we already do, and we'll only look back later and be like, wow, this person led this movement.
If we can do a better job than what our past generations have done, we should do that.
In the Black Panther era, they were more united. A lot of times they end up standing up for each other more. I don't know what happened between that era and, we'll say, the early 90s. Nowadays, people are more, like I said earlier, it has nothing to do with me, so I'm not going to do anything.
MLK did something, but I don't think he wanted what we have now. I don't think it's gone that far. Has it changed? Yes, of course it's changed. But has it changed the way he wanted it to?
If I had to rate it at anything, I would probably say maybe a C or a B, because they did have a strive. They did have a divine focus on what they were wanting to come out of. And you know, there's still issues today that we focus on that were through those generations. If they're coming up today, you know that that's an issue that it still keep lingering and lingering and lingering, because we're not resolving the issue.
I tend to think that the past is the past, and there was nothing that anybody could have done differently or better or worse. It happened the way that it needed to happen.
It's because of the fact that they lived their lives that they did, and they made their choices that I live the life that I currently live. Maybe they could have done things a little bit differently, but for right now, what's painted in our history books and around us and in our own culture is what they wrote and what they did. And it's our job as a generation, a new generation, to be able to make a better future for the young adults and the children that are coming in behind us.
I would never say let the past be the past. That is what built us to where we are today. That gave us our foundation. Because if it wasn't for him, people like myself, women, just that we wouldn't be where we are today and be able to reach those goals that we're trying to get. Martin Luther King, that past, gave us our voice as African Americans to stand up and do what we're trying to do. And I appreciate that wholeheartedly.